Yo, what's up, guys? It's Pleasure Predicts, and today the video is in the dark because I don't know. I just felt like doing the video in the dark. But anyway, I'm gonna be reviewing kind of our campaign. We've obviously qualified for the World Cup, which is brilliant. That happened 3 days ago. We have a game in 2 days' time against the United Arab Emirates at the Azadi Stadium with 0 fans at the stadium, but we did 3 days ago in our 1-0 win. And I'm just going to do a bit of a review, and I'm also going to give my thoughts on the whole situation of the team and what I want our 11 to be for the future. So let's get into it. Iran. So we, under this manager, because this is what we're talking about. We're talking about Dragon Scott, just the manager, right? Since he has took the helm, we have beaten Uzbekistan 2-1 away, then we beat Bosnia 2-0 away, then we beat Syria 3-0 at home in a friendly. Then the World Cup qualifications started, obviously, with us defeating Hong Kong 3-1 in a game that I still don't know the goal Hong Kong scored. I still haven't seen it because it wasn't shown. Bahrain we beat 3-0 in their home. All of these 4 games obviously took place in Bahrain. Then we beat Cambodia 10-0. Then we beat Iraq 1-0. But then we obviously went to round 3. We clutched it up. We won the 4 games we had to win. Then we beat Syria 1-0 at home in our opening round 3 game. Then we beat Iraq 3-0 away from home. It was in a neutral venue there. I can't remember what country it was in, but we beat them 3-0 in their home where they picked. Then we actually beat the UAE 1-0 away in a very interesting game. Then we drew 1-1 under South Korea, which is the only game under the manager we haven't won. Then we beat Lebanon 2-1 away in ridiculous fashion. Then we beat Syria 3-0 away in an easy game. Then we beat Iraq. We've beaten Iraq in our most recent game 1-0. So I want to discuss, so what do I think of the situation of the national team right now? I think we're in a decent position. We have an idea of what we're going to do in the World Cup. In the World Cup, I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, we're probably going to have a 4-4-2 system with... we're probably going to have a 4-4-2 system with Abedzadeh in goal because he's kind of turned the corner in the goalkeeping position. Moharami and probably Nuraf Khan as the fullbacks with Kanani and Shoja as the centre backs. Then we have in the wide attacking areas, we've got Qolizad on the right hand side and Jamash on the left hand side. The 2 in the pivot of midfield will probably be Said Izzatullahi and Ahmad Nurullahi. And up front we'll probably have Taremi and Azmoum. What I would like it to be, I respect the fact that we're going to have to go 4-4-2 because we have to play Taremi and we have to play Azmoum. What I don't want is Shoja starting because he's not good enough. So I want Abedzadeh to start. I want Moharami to start. I want Abedzadeh to start in goal. Moharami right back. Left back, I'd like Milad Mohammadi to get some games and him to become our main left back. I think if you get him on form, that's brilliant because he is probably our best right back. At centre back, I would like a situation where we have Kanani, we have Majid and Majid Hosseini and Pradi Ganji back, but I don't think that will happen. I think what I want is probably Kanani. He'll probably stay Kanani, and Majid Hosseini. That is what I would like. What I would like, if I'm being idealistic, as I said, is Majid Hosseini and Pradi Ganji, but I don't think that will happen. So mixing it with realism, something like maybe Kanani and Majid Hosseini and Kanani would be quite cool. I respect the fact that Jahan Bash and Gholizadeh will start in the middle. Again, it's probably going to be Izzatullahi and Nurullahi. I can't complain with it so much. I can't really complain with it so much. Well, I don't think Qudus is going to be starting games for Iran. I don't think he's going to be starting games for Iran because I don't see him starting over Jahan Bash, and I don't see him starting in a middle two. That's just the situation that I see it in, to be completely honest. So that's that. And then up front it'll be Taremi and Azmoun. The squad we have right now, if I go on Golbezan, sorry, I have not organised this video at all. I may cut out some of this because this is really bad. Sorry about it. Our squad is, if I want to find it, in goal, Ali Reza Beiranvand, Amira Abedzadeh, Payam Niazmand. They were the ones. These are the ones called up. Majid Hosseini, Hossein Kanani Zadegan, Shuja Khalilzadeh, Siavashi Yazdani. Fullbacks, the players called up were Maharami, Mohammadi, Omid Narafkan, and Saleh Hardani. At midfield, we have Saeed Zatullahi, Yasan Shafi, Ahmad Nurullahi, Vahid Amiri, Amila Salak. The winger/attack midfielders available: Ali Reza Jahanbash, Salman Al Qudus, Ali Qudizadeh, Alahia Sayed Manesh, Mehdi Qaidi, and Mehdi Torabi. And then the forwards or strikers are Azmoun, Taremi, Ansari Fad, Rezai, and Shahab Zaidi. Out of these players, I would say, I can't really disagree with much of it. It's quite a strong squad we have, and I expect the World Cup squad to be very similar. And there you go, really. That's all there is to say. In terms of the UAE game, the lineup I would play in that game, the lineup we played in the last game was as followed. We played Omid Norafkan, Maharami, Kanani, and Shosha Khalilzadeh all in front of the goalkeeper Abedzadeh. We had Ezatullahi, Amiri, and Qudus taking up midfield positions. However, Qudus was playing as a second striker in that game, in my opinion, with just in and beyond Mehdi Taremi. And then we have Qudizadeh, Jahanbash, and Taremi playing as the front three, if you will. The game against Iraq was a game in the opening 20 minutes. We were poor, then we were completely dominant. We should have scored at least 3 or 4 goals, but the goalkeeper for them, I think his name's Fahad Talib, am I right in saying that? Fahad Talib, absolutely amazing game. On SofaScore, an 8.4 rating. The man of the match, by the way, on SofaScore is 8.8 for Ali Reza Jahanbash, also by the Metrica, which is the Iranian company website. I don't know what you would call it, but they do the kind of metrics of it. And they said Jahanbash was like an 8.56, I believe. He was the man of the match in that game, according to them as well. And Taremi wasn't far off. So that's that. The lineup I want for the next game would be Abedzadeh, Moharami, Kanani, I would say Yazdani instead of Khalilzadeh, probably Mohammadi over Nurafkan. Nurafkan had a decent game, but probably Milad Mohammadi over Nurafkan, I'd say. Saeed Ezatullahi remaining in that position, and I would still have Vahid Amri and Qudus in midfield, to be honest. And to be honest, I would probably keep Qudizadeh, Jahanbash, and Karim Ansari Fad. Mehdi Taremi, not Ansari Fad. Mehdi Taremi in the team. I would only change. Obviously, I believe Khalilzadeh got a yellow card in that game, so he will not be playing next game. So I would expect Yazdani to be playing next game. If not him, Majid Hosseini, because he's been doing well in Turkey. So there you go. That is all that's really to be said about that. So quick predictions as to what I believe these last 3 games will end. The next game against the UAE, as I said, I predicted the lineup. I think the UAE game will probably end. I actually have a feeling we're going to destroy them. I think it's going to be a really open game. It's going to be a game that I feel they'll take a point, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go all out for it, because even if they lose, it's not actually the end of the world. For us, we don't, there's not really a lot of pressure on it, but we still should be disciplined in our work. Definitely for sure. I have a feeling we're gonna wash them 4-1. I have a feeling 4-1. I think we're gonna beat the UAE, and that's a really weird scoreline for this. But I feel like we're gonna absolutely whitewash them 4-1 or some shit. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling. Then we have the South Korea and Lebanon games. I'll just quickly do a little prediction for them. I'll probably do separate videos for them two games in March. I feel like we're gonna we're gonna draw to South Korea. I feel we're going to draw to South Korea. We'll say the draw to South Korea will be 2-2. I think we're going to draw 2-2 at South Korea. I don't think we will win that game. I do not think we will. And then we play Lebanon in a game that I believe we will... Lebanon... I think we will win 2-0. I think we'll beat Lebanon 2-0. And before that we'll draw 2-2 to South Korea, and now in 2 days we will play the UAE and win 4-1. We will top the group in the end, I believe, and we will go into the World Cup topping the group and hopefully being in pot 2. Hopefully being in pot 2. And that is really all to be said. I think we're in a good position. I just think we need to really be solidifying our best lineup now. We need to start getting them players from the next international break playing together. Taremi and Azmoun. We haven't actually seen Taremi and Azmoun play with each other for quite a long time, so I'd like to see that. And let's just get our best team playing, and let's just start getting it together. Because I'm not really for this whole. If we want to experiment, we have to be quick, because we can't be experimenting a month or two before the World Cup. That doesn't really transpire well with me. So I would like us to definitely just. Next few months, get your best lineup and then just start playing them in friendlies. Get it sorted. That's all I have to really say. And that's it. So thank you all for watching. We have qualified for the World Cup with the first division team to do so. I will see you the next time. Peace.